Slow, sonorous chanting can be heard above the sound of rushing water. The sound of tramping feet approaches from the hall ahead. A shrieking cry to the gods of the sovereign host pierces your mind. Angry shouts fill the room as the elven missionaries run into their chapel's defense. Sweet incense hangs heavy in the air, here at the center of the heretics' power. Must be nearing the Emerald Claws hidden laboratory. The air stinks of bitter herbs and rotting death. Trapped troll bellows at you with frustration and rage. He's clearly afraid of the acid spray. The troll's cage clatters open. Hiss of escaping acid trickles off into silence. The sulphurous reek of magical fire hangs heavy in its guard alcove. Gnawed and rotten corpses dangle in the foul air. You feel a welcome decrease in the blast furnace heat of this room. You feel a welcome decrease in the blast furnace heat of this room. Cage clatters open. The hobgoblins here do not seem hostile. In fact, their chief beckons you closer. You have found the mouth of Splinter Skull. The shouts of hobgoblins echo from within. Scratched into the stone, almost invisible, is a message. Seek the spider, a massive, well-armed hobgoblin. One of Yarkuch's hand-picked avengers catches sight of you and snarls with rage. An arrow is drawn in the dust on the floor. With many feet, it points to the right. An arrow is drawn in the dust on the floor, almost completely obscured. It points to the side passage. The key to Splinter Skull's inner stronghold. The last of Yarkuch's avengers lies there. The door remains locked, but your party has reached the inner strong. Ahead lies a sturdy, fortified door. From the other side, you hear moving water. This must be the way to the inner stronghold. There are no controls on this side of the drawbridge. You must find a way to activate the lever on the far side of the chasm. The hobgoblin here glances around furtively, then beckons you closer. The hobgoblins here do not seem hostile. In fact, their chief beckons you closer. You have found the mouth of Splinter Skull. The shouts of hobgoblins echo from within. All of Whisperdoom's offspring are destroyed after all. Zulkash freaks with his magic. Destroy them! The lock, your party has reached the empty. You hear hobgoblin voices beyond the stronghold door. The guards must be ready for you. more. The flesh render that was bound there before is gone. The gate here stands open, and you hear hobgoblin voices chanting, echoing from far down the hallway. This doorway radiates magic and danger. Perhaps the hieroglyphs around it hint of the way through. Deep, sonorous voice echoes. Atop the dais stands the Splinter Skull Totem. Zulkash died with the Devourers, and the Splinter Skull Totem collapses into rubble. You feel the Fane's aura of evil dwindle away. The hobgoblins here do not seem hostile. In fact, their chief beckons you closer. You have found the mouth of Splinter Skull. The shouts of hobgoblins echo from within. Through the smoky haze, you glimpse the ogre Murge. Your master Murge collapses in a bloody heap. The lock on your party has reached the inner stronghold. You hear hobgoblin voices beyond the stronghold door. The guards must be ready for you. Howl splits the air. Something small and metal clatters to the ground. A key. This door is locked but unbarred. With the right key, it should open. An ogre glowers at you. You have found Gnarl. One Gnarl drops a key as he crumples to the floor. Flames leap high from braziers in this grand chamber. You have found the heart of Splinter Skull, Chief Yarkush's throne room. The hate drains from Yarkuch's eyes as he sags to the ground. The chieftain of Splinter Skull is slain. The hobgoblins here do not seem hostile. In fact, their chief beckons you closer.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
Where before the caves were merely hot, now they are sweltering. The air itself seems on the verge of catching fire. The voices of the ogres are silenced, but now there is something even more ominous. An old and mighty figure you can feel through the door. The grinding of stones and the crackle of flame fill the air. In the haze, things seem to move. Yellow and black stones as its spirit returns to its home plane. Again, you have triumphed over the elementals. Make Murug summoned. Only one remains in the depths of the caves. Waves of baking heat wash up the tunnel, and with them a hate so pure it seems almost physical. All over the fire caves, Mephit's voices cry out in despair. The elementals are slain, one and all.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you. Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
The air here is hot and stinks of brimstone. Vile fumes sting your eyes. From beyond the door come low, chanting voices, a disturbing feeling like something stirring deep within the earth. On a ledge, high above the lake of magma, you sense something unholy and foul. The altar of the dragon below lies ahead, humming with as the first altar crumbles. A dark presence seems to gather just beyond the edges of your vision. The dragon below awakes. A second altar rests at the end of this cavern. Its power makes bile rise in the second altar breaks, and you feel a faint tremor below your feet. The dragon stirs. air grows more stifling, the sulfurous stench more nauseating. The heart lies ahead. Shaman of the dragon below thunders with rage. The third altar collapses. As Meg-Morag falls, he shouts something in an eldritch language. The stones echo his words, then are still.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you. The crow's nest is strategically placed to detect ships coming in and out of Three Barrel Cove. The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of Two-Toed Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend. The cacophony of wailing and moaning becomes clearer as you enter the cave. An opening in the ground reveals another body of water to explore. The valve triggers a rush of water through the pipes, followed by the sound of a door opening. A strong current pushes against you. You hear doors close ahead and behind you. You feel that you are trapped. Cervantes, two-toed Tobias's first mate, has been returned to the depths. A slight breeze emerges from behind the wall. A ship's mast rises up from a chasm in the cave floor. A frigid cold cuts through your body as you see a frozen. The air becomes even colder as the source of the cold air is coming. The fire melt the ice, allowing you to continue your search for two-toed Tobias. The second valve triggers another chain reaction, which opens the door to the rest of the dungeon. Levers appear on opposite. As the lever flips back, the floor opens. The door before you opens as if you were expected. The supposed urban legend speaks to you.
It's about time someone found me.
The legend of two-toed Tobias was not just an urban myth, although it is doubtful that anyone will believe your tale of victory. The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of two-toed Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend. A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall.
The grotto is warm and damp. The sound of dripping water surrounds you, and a faint, musky odor hangs in the air. slits open, spilling something glistens far beneath the stone bridge. It looks like a clutch of slimy and you glimpse a glimmer of light against the water. This huge, echoing vault was once the hideout of Garl the Grey and his men. More Troglodytes' eggs lie in the system. Hissing and snarling rise up from the water below. This must be the Troglodytes' main den. Huge Troglodyte, Zulkash, the progenitor of the egg, has been slain. Through the arches lies the way to Grey Garl's resting place. Red Tom and his lot never made it this far. Here, in this sea-flooded cave, is the last of the Troglodytes' eggs. Sputtering, greasy slime, the last of the Troglodytes' eggs ruptures. The breeding grounds are destroyed.
A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall. The feel of this place has changed. The air is strangely cold now, and the scent of old decay has replaced the troglodyte's musk. The chill flows out from behind the falls, so strong that the water makes your feet numb with cold. A grating whisper drifts out of the dark from beyond the vault.
Who disturbs my tomb?
Dog.
You will never see the sun again.
Unholy light shines from the sarcophagi lining this corridor. Garl's wrath has corrupted them. They must be destroyed. The stone here is clawed and torn and smells of spices and rot. The whispering voice speaks again.
Go back, fool. Every step you take only hastens your doom.
The air here is so cold that frost rimes the stone. The chill seems to have come from beneath the water. The lock on the door here looks complex, but you might be able to open it with the proper key. A chest gleams in the frozen light. This is Grey Garl's lost hope. As the chest opens, a frigid wind sucks the last warmth out of the room. Old Grey Garl has come, bent on protecting his loot. With a despairing shriek, old Grey Garl dissolves like a pestilent vapor. The cold suffusing the air begins to fade. A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall. A small building stands curiously alone in the center of the cove.
The loathsome...
The trial will be treacherous. Be aware of every step you take. Dismantled the rusty iron defenders. This is sure to be the first of many surprises.
An intricate system of ladders leads up the shaft. Agility and physical endurance will be paramount in overcoming this challenge. Your muscles are worn and weak. The fetid stench of sewer fills your nostrils. You survived the Warforged ambush.
Now the constructs cease to exist.
The floor opens up to reveal an elaborate obstacle course.
A series of levers and traps dot the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. Only your wit can solve this conundrum.
Pulling this lever fires a...
The other components in the room return to their initial state. This appears to be a reset mechanism. The challenge was no match for your sharp wit. The portcullis rumbles open.
You hear a metallic clanking from behind, coming closer and closer.
A sweltering wave of heat washes over your body. Rackham's Inferno will take precision and cunning to overcome. You have weathered Rackham's Inferno. A few burns and sweat coat your skin.
Penzance, first mate of the ill fate, motions for you to come over and speak with him.
You survived the gruels of Rackham's trial. A small building stands curiously alone in the center of the cove. This mine has not been worked since the pirates first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant.
The air around you swelters with the heat given off by unseen machinery. The idol of Halach's leg are nearby. You have found the first piece of the idol of Halach. The enchanted mosaic here leads to the end of the drawbridge, then over the edge to the room below. The enchanted mosaic here, the idol of Halach's tail. The second piece of the idol has been found. The ground shakes as the stone door to the idol's third piece has been located. The wheels here clearly control the portcullis leading to the room containing the idol's claw. The idol of Halach's, the idol is nearly complete. Only one piece left to find. Collapses, cursing your ancestors. The idol of Halach's head is nearby. You have found the last piece. Return to the pedestal at the entrance and reconstruct the idol of Halach. A strange pedestal sits in the middle of this room. This must be what the idol rests upon its pedestal, complete again. Well done. The scoundrel's run is over.
This mine has not been worked since the pirates first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant. The current is drawn into an opening in the rock just large enough to wiggle through.
A thick fog rises up from the water as voices of pirates float along the current. Moonlight shines down from an opening above.
The entryway into the pirates' compound rumbles open. A strong breeze gusts from a crack in this. Suddenly, the clanking of wood and metal intensifies.
Chilling air gusts out. It smells of raw bloody meat. You hear the gnawing and crunching of...
Again, the clattering of wolves. One springs eager to attack. You notice a lever on the back of the ornamental statue. Farrier calls out to you. Do not touch anything. One wrong move could kill me. Please, speak with me first.
Have freed Farrier Warley from the ancient prison.
The current is drawn into an opening in the rock just large enough to wiggle through.
The skulls of giants the skulls emit a dreadful groan and the doors around you slide open. A deep, bone-chilling cold seems to emanate from the north of this world. As the magic of the last rune fades, a dry voice whispers from the air. Who dares knock on my door? Palpable feeling of hate washes over you as you enter this world. You must be nearing the Guardian. As the mummy falls, you feel a wave of magic ripple through the crypt.
Strange ripples form on the surface of the fetid water. The smell of decay bubbles up in the water here. Foul magics are at work in this chamber. Final cultist falls, you hear a voice whisper, "Who dares awaken me?" Your footsteps echo through the vaulted chamber. The sound is disquieting to your ears. The acrid smells of incense and tannin waft in from the chamber beyond. This tomb is well kept despite its age. You feel intense cold radiating. As the flames from the urn subside, a rune-scarred skull is mounted above the doorway. It seems as if it watches your every move. More books line the walls here, each one written in a complex style that defies translation. Tumbles to the ground. The barrier of the floor fades.